Episode 13, Power and Peril. As Thrain pulled the lever, the forge of the ancients shuddered to life. Runes along the walls began to glow and pulse in intricate sequences. A web of blue light crackled across the floor, connecting the massive anvils. The dormant dwarven golems stirred. Their eyes, previously dull stone or metal, flickered with blue light as internal power circuits activated. A deep, resonant hum filled the chamber, building in intensity. The heartstone pulsed brighter, bathing the forge in almost blinding white light, and the air crackled with raw energy. Borin gasped, staggering back. The surge of power through him was immense, almost overwhelming. He felt the light of Aryan within him being drawn out, amplified, and focused through the heartstone, connecting him directly to the ancient energies of the mountain, and, for a horrifying moment, to something else. A cold, alien awareness pressing against his mind, a glimpse into the corrupted consciousness of Khazak-Ur. He fought to retain his sense of self, to guide the flow, focusing on the forge, on protection, on life. Lyra struggled to maintain control. The wild energies unleashed by the forge were volatile, threatening to overwhelm the chamber, but also, paradoxically, offered incredible potential. Guided by a combination of instinct and ancient dwarven runic theory from Thrain's shouted instructions, she attempted to channel the power, focusing it into stabilizing beams and directing it towards the dormant golems, willing them to awaken with purpose with defense. Outside the bronze doors, the Umbral assault reached a fever pitch. Gor'koth, driven by Vrockel's command, was throwing everything he had at the wards. His shadow weavers channeled raw, destructive energy, making the bronze glow red-hot. Brutes hammered at the frame with magically reinforced weapons. Even the shadows seemed to writhe with extra ferocity, tendrils seeking any crack or weakness. But the doors held, their silver runes burning fiercely, deflecting the onslaught. Then the floor trembled. Not with the jarring impacts on the door, but with a deeper, more ominous vibration. Cracks began to spiderweb across the polished stone within the forge, radiating outwards from the sealed entrance. From these fissures, tendrils of black, shadow-infused rock began to erupt, seeking purchase, reaching towards the heartstone. Khazak-Ur, guided by Malkor's cold will, was forcing its way through the stone itself, bypassing the wards. "The golems!" Kaelin shouted, seeing the first tendrils writhe into the chamber. "They're activating! Brock with me!" Several of the nearest automatons, ancient dwarven warriors made of bronze and granite, their eyes now glowing with blue light, stepped forward. They moved with a slow, deliberate grace, their weapons, massive axes, hammers and runic cannons integrated into their arms, unfolding from within their bodies. They positioned themselves between the emerging tendrils and the central heartstone, acting as a first line of defense. The ensuing battle was a clash of ancient magic and raw elemental power. The golems, animated by the forge's unleashed energy and Lyra's channeling, proved formidable, their rune-etched weapons blasting tendrils into dissipating shadow. But Khazak-Ur's reach was relentless, the shadowy stone unyielding. Meanwhile, Thrain desperately worked at the control dais, trying to unlock further functions of the forge. "Weapon schematics," he yelled to Alara, indicating a section of the control panel illuminated by glowing runes. "If we can access the creation matrix, we might be able to arm ourselves for this new threat." Alara quickly moved to the designated panel, running her fingers over the complex symbols, trying to find a command sequence that matched the schematics she had found. Borin, still connected to the heartstone, felt the escalating struggle on two fronts: the relentless assault outside, and the encroaching presence of Khazak-Ur's shadow below. He focused, drawing upon Aryan's light, pushing it outwards, not as a weapon, but as a shield, reinforcing the protective aura of the forge, trying to stem the tendrils' advance. The chamber became a conduit, light and shadow battling within its ancient walls. The rhythmic crack-thum against the bronze doors intensified, followed by a sudden hiss as something corrosive began eating away at the edges of the bronze. "They're using acid!" Brock yelled, watching a thin trickle of molten metal run down the door. The defenses, both magical and physical, were under siege top and bottom. The power of the awakened forge was immense, but controlling it, wielding it effectively, was proving a desperate gamble. Trapped within the awakened forge, the companions face a desperate two-front battle against the Umbral siege from without and the shadow-corrupted warden breaching the stone from within. Can they master the forge's power in time to save themselves and whatever remains of Stonehold? Teaser for episode 14. Quick cuts. Lyra finding a weapon activation sequence. Golems unleashing a devastating volley of energy blasts. Kaelin leading a charge against shadowy figures emerging from the floor. The bronze doors beginning to glow white-hot and buckle outwards. A slow pan across the face of Khazak-Ur manifesting within the forge, its eyes burning with cold blue-white light and swirling shadows. Next time on Echoes of Eredor, the Forge Unleashed. The secrets of the ancient sanctuary are revealed, unleashing its power in a desperate bid for survival. Old guardians awaken, new weapons are forged, but the cost of victory may be higher than they can bear. What will the Forge unleash? Click to watch episode 14 and subscribe to Echoes of Eredor.